And yes, Hanneman. So this is a support that I unlocked in the dining hall, and this, after I've done this, I believe, it'll be only Alois and Shamir, and then Byleth has every single A he has access to.
Which means that there are some elements of your power that cannot be explained by current theory.
In other words, we'll find out more, possibly only on the Deer and Church routes.
Although this may lead to a discovery that alters the very fabric of Crest research. Oh, pardon me, Professor. I became lost in thought.
Hold on.
And I do tend to ramble. I suggest we call it a day. Do you concur? No, you mustn't push yourself too hard. When you are not in battle, you are so often here with me.
Really? I thought he's usually with Hilda.
I get so energized speaking with you. Well, I must remember to pull my head out of the clouds. That said, perhaps we should discuss things unrelated to crests from time to time. Some sort of silly, lighthearted topic might be nice, eh? I'm not especially skilled at small talk, alas. Let me see. Perhaps we should discuss...
Cats? Working shifts for guards? Cute monks?
I know. Food. Not my strong suit, the culinary arts, but I do enjoy a good meal.
By the way, why have you been making me have meals with Manuela so much lately?
Which kind of food do you prefer, Professor? Sweet or spicy?
Hilda likes sweet, so I guess Byleth will go with sweet.
Same as myself. Yes, indeed. Oh, now my stomach is growling. An old colleague of mine theorized that those who bear crests favor sweet flavors over spicy.
Well, Felix has one, and he doesn't like sweet things.
She suggested that the crest exerts some manner of influence over... Oh, there I go again. How embarrassing. We were supposed to be avoiding talk of crests, weren't we? Terrible habit of mine. Finding a way to turn any conversation towards crests. I really should find a way to stop that.
Well, please don't stay around Edelgard at all.
That is kind of you, Professor. But it's all right. If you were to lose your patience with me, it could have an incalculable impact on my research.
You wouldn't be able to give me blood.
That sort of thing has happened in the past, you know. Back when I was still in the Empire, at first, any lady I was spending time with would titter and say she didn't mind if I talked about crests. But at some point, she would always become fed up and stop listening to what I had to say. In the end, invariably, while I was particularly focused on my research, she would write to say we were done. You may be a man, but I still don't wish for you to grow tired of my company.
And that's all. Okay, then. I was kind of expecting a little bit more backstory in that one, but we got a bit of backstory out of the C and B anyway. Wait, what? Okay, then. Well, guess we're getting another one of the A's. I think with this one done, it's only Shamir.
Ah, there you are. Hello.
Let me guess, this is going to be depressing reminiscing about Gerald.
Oh, yes. Apologies. I'm struggling with some unpleasant thoughts. Since the war began, I've ended so many lives. You and your students got your hands dirty as well. Nobody forced you all to join the fight, of course. You did so of your own volition. Still, there must be something very wrong with the world for it to make children into killers. That's true enough. We've all gotten older. Ah, listen to me. I'm sorry for being so glum. Well said. In truth, I don't think any expression will improve my looks. I'm a brute, no matter what face I pull. Ah, you really are just like Gerald. When I was down in the dumps, he'd cheer me up with a playful quip. He gave me his library of jokes, but when I tell one of them, nobody laughs at the punchline. They laugh at me. You, on the other hand, well, You inherited the old man's comic talents. I'm feeling pretty perky now, all thanks to you. I can't stop this war by feeling gloomy about it. Onward, to a brighter future. To tell you the truth, that was another line I picked up from Gerald. He taught me everything about life. He was more important to me than anyone in the world. Apart from you, perhaps.
What about your wife and daughter?
Oh, sure, there's that, but not only that. When I look at you or see you fighting in battle, it's like I'm seeing a sibling. But at the same time, it's like seeing something sacred and powerful. Something I must defend.
Okay, so you're seeing literally the two halves of him. You're seeing Byleth for the sibling, and you're seeing Sothis for the sacred and powerful.
You're so important to the future of Fodlan. And to me. I promise to continue protecting you with the strength of a knight and the love of a big brother. Good. In the name of Gerald, I swear to keep you safe.
I was about to say,
You're welcome to return the favor, should you feel so inclined.
a big brother who's like over 20 years older than me physically. Yeah, I just realized I don't actually need to train Hilda's flying anymore now that she's qualified for Wyvern Lord, so I'm just going to spam Authority with her. Oh, I don't know if I'll get Linhardt to Holy Knight by the end of the game. I just really, really want to make him a mounted magic user because that would be perfect.
I'm really getting it. It seems my proficiency has improved.
I still have much to learn.
I've really gotten the hang of that.
Okay, so today will be yet another random monster battle, but before that, I actually have quite a few supports that I can do here. Including, while on the subject of siblings and fathers, Gilbert and Annette A+. I think I'm actually okay with this one being her paired
May I
ending.
have a moment?
Of course.
I read all your letters. You never stopped writing them, did you? My birthday, Mother's birthday, every possible occasion, without fail.
Yes.
So why didn't you send any of them? If you had sent even one, we would have...
Each time I thought to send one, I could not do so. Such behavior belittled my penance. Time passed, and with it my feelings of guilt toward you and your mother grew. Even though I wrote the letters, I could not send them.
I would always talk about it with Mother. If only he'd write us at least once, we'd say. We waited and waited. All those long years.
I am sorry.
I'm tired of hearing it, so just stop. Your apologies change nothing. Send those letters to Mother. She'll be happy to hear from you.
I cannot.
In that case, why don't I send them?
I have given them to you. They are yours to do with as you wish.
All right then. I'll send them. You don't get to take it back afterwards. Father, you should know that they made me happy.
Happy?
Knowing that you were thinking of us all along. We were worried about you, Mother and I. Neither of us ever came out and said it, but we thought maybe you hated us. Were trying to forget all about us.
Never. I swear it on his late majesty and on my homeland.
I see. All right. Then swear. Swear that someday, when this war is over, you'll come back to us.
I hear you, Annette. I will return without fail.
No matter what. That's a promise you just made. If you break it, I'll never speak to you again.
Yes, I promise.
Great. Now I'm positively elated. I can't wait until we're all a family again.
I look forward to it, Annette. More than anything.
I also have Caspar and Linhardt A, although I was kind of wondering if I could get him and Dorothea to an A, but I'd be kind of okay with getting Linhardt and Caspar's A as well. But I suppose before... Oh, I have their A too. But I was also wondering if Manuela and Dorothea should get 8 as well, so maybe I'll do this one first.
My head is pounding. You'd think I'd get used to this. Oh.
Manuela? Oh my goodness, you look terrible. Don't get up, I'll get you some water. I should fluff up those pillows for you. It will make you more comfortable.
I'm completely hopeless. I was so proud of being the reason you came to Garreg Mach. Dorothea wanted to follow in my footsteps. How great is that?
Also, there's a skinned man on the wall with a dagger in his head. Manuela, please explain that.
I thought I'd use that as an inspiration to straighten myself out. Be less of a, you know, less of a disgrace. But here I am, right in front of you, dealing with the worst hangover I've had in weeks.
You thought you'd hide this from me?
Wait, you mean you knew?
Even when you were still with the opera company, you had quite the reputation. There was a joke that you could outdrink a fish and the sailor who caught it.
Dorothea, my brain's pounding as it is. Please, stop. It's all true. But I can't handle hearing it from you, the girl I thought I had inspired to greatness. I can't believe I tried so hard to be a good example for you, when you knew all along I should leap into the ocean and drown.
Don't say that. You've not lost a bit of respect from me. Not one bit. Everyone has their faults, and some have more than others, but you were the finest songstress the opera had ever seen. And you've taught me well. What I mean to say is, you're my inspiration. I really do admire you.
Thank you, Dorothea. That means a lot.
Okay, I guess these are the last 2 that I have left, so I'm gonna save now. And I think I'm actually going to go ahead and just look at this, but if I don't like it, I'll reload and then I'll get her and Dorothea to an A instead.
You keep doing things that aren't called for. It's driving me batty.
You presuppose I am only thinking of you.
Let's just not do this, shall we? I don't know why we always end up fighting.
It can hardly be helped. You and I seem opposed to one another on a, let's call it an instinctual level. Perhaps this could even be considered a form of fate.
What an awkward fate to have. I'd like you a lot more if I just hated you. All this fighting and making up is just exhausting.
Agreed, yes. It does feel as if we have fallen into a rather tiresome bit of repetition.
What a waste of effort. We're absolutely hopeless, the both of us. Here's a thought. Couples who are similar to one another, share the same views and all that. They're pretty successful, but complete opposites work together too. Surprisingly well sometimes. They compensate for each other's weaknesses, and they support one another. Then I look at how hard we work just to avoid screaming at each other, and I don't buy it.
Don't be so hasty to dismiss your own hypothesis. For instance, I am apt at cleaning, but have no talent for cookery, whilst you loathe cleaning, but are a splendid chef. Would it not be an easier life if, rather than struggle through our weaker areas, we divided the work?
I suppose our differences do have their advantages that way.
Indeed. If we combine our abilities, housework would be conquered and dinner rendered delicious. There are other ways we could find to support one another, I would imagine. We might make a better pair than you think. You and I, together.
You might be onto something. You and I could be pretty good together. Wait, why are we talking about this? Are you trying to propose marriage with promises of clean floors? You think I'm that easy of a catch? Honestly.
I did no such thing. You were the one who started discussion on the topic in the first place. You would agree.
So it's my fault
If you
now?
have objections,
I never said
then
a
let's
word
hear
about
them.
Okay, so that one is pretty explicitly romantic, kind of. And it's alright, but I mean, I don't know, like, the couple that argues all the time and then gets together in the end is kind of a bit cliche to me, honestly. I think I'll go back and reload, and I'll wait until I see her A with Dorothea before I make a decision. Though while I'm here, I can show Caspar and Linhart's A.
Huh? Caspar? Whatever is he doing here? Oh no. Is he looking for a fight with someone taller than him? The poor boy won't give up.
Oh no, he's challenged the Mountain Man, the tallest man in the entire kingdom.
This is it. Today's my day. Caspar's day. Come get some.
Yes, Caspar, just like that. Just as we practiced. Yes, dodge. Yes, perfect. Right there. He's open. Punch him right in the... Yes, Caspar, you did it.
And that's how it's done.
And now I'm imagining Linhart as Caspar's ring instructor.
And then I got him. Bam! Right in the solar plexus. Oh, I really wish you could have... Hey, are you even listening? This is when it starts getting real good.
I'm listening. I am sad to say, however, that the tale is slightly less thrilling the fourth time through.
You should be more excited. We finally won.
We?
Yeah, I couldn't have done it without your advice. You're a strategic genius, Linhart.
Nonsense. Your strength carried the day.
I can't hide tanks behind lampposts, I am not a tactical genius.
I just rambled on. You're the one who did the actual work. What's really amazing is how you wouldn't give up.
Whoa, I've never heard you compliment me before. Yeah, I don't think I like it. Seriously, though, I couldn't have done it without you. Like you said, I wouldn't give up on fighting, and I'm not gonna give up on this either.
I should have expected that, I suppose. That's just the kind of guy you are, after all. I guess this friendship is something that we can never escape from. Ever.
Are you saying you want to escape from our friendship?
Not at all. Even if I did, our fates would not be so easily untangled.
Yeah, I get the feeling that if you don't recruit them, you two both die on the next map.
You got that right. No one can break this bond. Even if we argue and butt heads sometimes, we'll never have to fight it out. And that's a promise.
Oh wow, that's painful if you recruit one but not the other.
Understood. I don't desire to fight anyone anyway. This war is the last time I'll set foot on a battlefield.
Well, that makes sense.
Let's you and I come out the other side of this war alive and well, okay? That is a promise worth making.
Definitely. And let's win this thing while we're at it.
Okay, yeah, that one's pretty good. Oh wow, the goddess's rite of rebirth was today. Wow. It's been a really long time since we last fought, well, since we fought the Death Knight for the first time. Didn't notice that. Well, guess we can't really do the goddess's rite of rebirth anymore because she's technically already been reborn within Byleth. And so now it's time for the actual battle. Time to fight death itself. Whoa! Okay then. Did not expect to have that many supports. Okay, how about we do some of these?
Professor Hanneman, do you have a moment?
Linhart, of course.
Last time we talked, you mentioned the importance of having goals. I gave it some thought, and in the end, I couldn't find one.
I've never set a goal for myself. My professor always sets my goals for me.
Well, no need to panic. Sometimes a goal can reveal itself to you without warning.
What's your goal, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, mine? I want to create a world where everyone can access the power of crests. Where no one has to suffer from having or not having that power.
Apparently that's what actually happens in New Game Plus, because you get items that give other characters crests.
Huh. That's a pretty big dream. But then wouldn't you end up studying everyone? In that world, you'd be killing yourself trying to do research on every person alive.
Ah, you may be right. But at least then, we wouldn't be the only ones taking such pains. The more people who have crests, the more people who will do research. And with more students, the research will progress far faster than it is today. That also means there would be less of the back and forth you don't have the energy for, which should make you happy.
Maybe so.
Does that still do nothing to pique your interest?
To be brutally honest, it would be way less exhausting, but less satisfying as well. That's like fishing at a market.
So you at least understand that much. That is why I do research. If someone's going to see results someday, then I want it to be me. That's a thought that keeps me moving forward, even when it is difficult to do so.
That sounds like enthusiasm. That's not something I have. But if we work together, I wonder if it would spark that enthusiasm.
Are you saying you would agree to study crests with your old professor?
In the end, I think it would probably be more interesting than fishing alone. I don't even have anyone to show any big fish I catch.
As it were, I feel very much like someone who's made a catch. But the future shall hold even greater things than that. That is a promise.
And so, Lynn Hart became Hanneman's assistant for all eternity. The end. Oh, Hilda and Sedith do have their second, support there. Yeah, I think these are the last two. Shamir and Ash A is one I've been looking forward to for a while.
Wow, you've gotten much better.
Oh!
You're not doubting yourself anymore.
Crap. That might stop Ash and Ingrid from getting a paired ending, and I forgot to save.
It's like your state of mind is completely different. What changed?
Can I tell you honestly?
Please do. Maybe this is a chance to resolve our dispute and move on.
As a knight, an ally, and even as a person, I know I can trust you. But somewhere in my heart, there's a part of me that can't forgive what you did.
Of course. Your brother's blood is on my hands. It wouldn't be easy for anyone in your position to feel forgiving. If someone said it was easy, I would probably give him a smack in the face. You may never be able to forgive me, no matter how hard you try. I'm prepared to accept that. It's my duty.
I admire your spirit, Catherine. Honestly, I do. I hope the part of me that's holding this grudge will get smaller with time. Maybe someday, it'll vanish.
That's rather poetic.
Maybe, but I'm being serious.
Sorry, didn't mean to make light of it.
No, it's all right. We should have talked like this much sooner. I feel like I can finally stop dwelling on the past and start looking forward to the future.
I think meeting you has been good for me, too. Different people have different morals. They won't always agree on what's right and what's wrong. Maybe that's obvious, but it's something I think about when I'm talking to you.
But not when you're talking to Caspar, evidently.
Can I ask something of you? I'd like to get to know you better, Catherine. As a person, and as my friend.
Sure, but I won't do all the talking. It'll be dull if you don't tell me about yourself, too.
Me? It won't be very interesting for you, but okay.
Okay, let's chat over a nice, tasty meal, my treat.
Kristoff, Lonato, watch over me, please.
Hurry up or I'll eat all the food!
Coming!
Okay, that's a pretty good support. It was sort of what I was expecting, but I do like that that plot point from all the way back in Chapter 3 finally gets closure, but only if you're doing supports. Yeah, I still wonder if on Edelgard's route it's possible to recruit Ash and have him kill Catherine. That'd certainly be another way to have that plot get closure. Okay, now for this one, I know I don't need to worry about the A support ending getting overwritten, because Byleth is going to S support Hilda. I just really hope this one doesn't go romantic.
Ah, Hilda. Business in town?
Yes, I'm buying some art supplies.
Oh, to replenish what you used on our book, I presume. Allow me to compensate you.
No need. I use them for my own crafting and accessory making too. By the way, your tales seem quite popular. I saw a big crowd of kids at the church.
Wonderful to hear. We made the right choice leaving it there.
I also heard a mother scolding her child by saying, "If you keep lazing around, you'll turn into a fox."
And you'll be amazing at killing mages. maybe that's not such a bad thing.
Though, as long as there's a friendly squirrel around, being a fox doesn't sound so bad.
That was not my intention. Perhaps the story was better off in its original form after all.
Anyway, I guess you've got something to keep you busy after the war. Originally, these stories were for Flame, but now there are lots of people who love them. The kids are looking forward to your next release. You don't want to disappoint them.
I do wonder how appropriate it is to sit around and write children's books in an era of great change.
An era of great change. Isn't that exactly when kids need something to hold on to? They're the future of Folin, after all.
Astute observation. But if I am to continue in this trade, I will require more of your assistance.
Really? You're a successful author, and you still want to use my lousy illustrations?
I need an artist who can appreciate the message, and who can draw pictures that resonate with children. Your art has a certain careless quality that I feel matches my work splendidly.
I'm not sure if that was supposed to be a compliment or not.
A careless quality?
Wow, really?
That doesn't sound like a compliment.
Hilda keeps predicting what I'm gonna say.
Did you not purchase those art supplies today in the hopes of continuing with this work?
Well, yes. I guess I can stick with it until the war is over.
Such lukewarm commitment. No matter. We can consider the post-war situation when we come to it.
I'm pretty fond of being a fox, but becoming a squirrel wouldn't be the worst thing.
That sounds very weird out of context.
I'll admit, I like seeing Seth pour his heart into these stories.
What was that?
Didn't say a word. Let's get to work on that sequel.
And so, they wrote, Seth Says 2, Return of the McDonald's Ball Pit Memes. I suppose that could kind of be taken as maybe having some romantic hints if you don't, support her with Byleth, but yeah. In my headcanon, she's still gonna keep writing those after the war, but she's also gonna marry Byleth. Anyway. Yeah, unfortunately, I might not be able to make this A-support canon because I'm worried about ruining his paired ending with Ingrid. Because, okay, after all my shipping them, watch their A-support ending turn out to be platonic. Ash and Ingrid, I mean. That'd be just the ultimate irony. I'm sure it's probably gonna happen, actually, and it'd be kind of funny. But, anyway. Okay, 70% pass rate. You can do this. You can do this. You need this to get revenge on the Death Knight. Okay, good. Because she was still a priest at the time. She was a pretty low-tier class.
Well, I'm glad I passed.
Yay, +1 defense. But no, really, the main reason I wanted that was for the better stats from the class, as well as, I need to give you some better weapons. Oh, you can use a Brave Sword. And now, we move out to Fort No Mercius. That was technically a pun, and there might be a reason why I'm saying puns right now. After all, you know the name of the one we're fighting now.
The Kingdom Army crosses the Great Bridge of Myrden a second time, moving south through Gronder Field. However, in order to reach Envar, they must first seize the impregnable Fort Mercius.
Oh, we're already just straight up past Burgleets.
Fort Mercius. Said to rival Arian Road, the Silver Maiden.
Hopefully, this one has less annoying bolting bishops. Not dark mages. Yeah. Warlocks. Yeah, got the class wrong twice.
Perhaps a head-on siege was a foolish plan after all. No, you're right that it's the only way. I don't think the Death Knight would have fallen for any tricks.
We don't have Lysithea with us after all.
Even if they are denied supplies, they could hold a fortress like this for months. And we cannot discount the possibility that they will receive more reinforcements if our siege is delayed. Yes, my thoughts exactly. And we have no option but to do the best we can. Say, Professor, in the past, it seemed like the Death Knight took some strange satisfaction from his fights with you.
Yeah, I still wonder about this. Like, there doesn't seem to be much of a story reason for it so far, and to me it just feels like an attempt to rip off the Black Knight.
He's an unpredictable opponent, a dangerous one. Please proceed with...
Unpredictable is right, he crits you all the time. Then again, we have his scythe now. Is he gonna have another one, or... We'll see.
Of course. You were the heart of the Blue Lions, and the same holds true for the Kingdom Army.
Pretty sure Dimitri could take on the Death Knight pretty easily at this point.
Mercedes.
So, the Death Knight really is inside that fortress. Dear Emile.
So I wonder if this only happens if you got that paralogue.
I want you to know that no one is forcing you to battle with us at the front lines. I support whatever you decide.
Please stop. We can't have you saying that. You and I are the same after all. We both have to fight our family for the good of the world. And since that's the way it is, I couldn't live with myself if I was the only one running away from this battle. I will bring Emile back to his senses. I must. I'm his big sister after all.
Understood. Stay safe out there, Mercedes.
That man approaches.
Report. The main gate has been breached.
You are finally here. Will Death's scythe claim you? Or will I fall to that sword of yours? And Mercedes, here you are as well.
So yeah, I'm guessing you lose a lot of the personal factor of this fight if you didn't recruit Mercedes on other routes. Then again, I have a feeling that on Edelgard's route you won't actually get to fight the Death Knight at all. Because he'll probably be an ally. Apparently he's an NPC ally for Edelgard's version of Chapter 12, and from what I've heard, he has a habit of suiciding against Catherine, which, after all the trouble he gave me as a boss, I find that oddly satisfying. Okay, those aren't spiky floors, just neutral floors. Imperial General. Yeah, from what I've heard, anytime you see, like, faction name General, it's probably a replacement. So, this is Caspar's father's, brother's, sister's, cousin's, twice removed roommate, Gaspar. Yeah, pretty sure you're supposed to be Caspar. And I kind of wonder if, oh, there's a... Whoa, okay then. Let's ignore that Godzilla for a moment and see if, Yep, I am guessing this is Linhart's replacement, Hectolwyn. Yes, that is their official name. That is Hectolwyn. Okay, so the Death Knight's all the way back at the back of the fortress. And he's fairly strong. Level 50, wow, okay. His stats are actually not great for a level 50, honestly. But, yeah. He shouldn't be too bad, although I have a feeling that... Oh, he only has a Brave Lance now. Oh, except, Emboldened, okay. They kind of justify the attacking twice now. Yeah, so maybe he still has the Scythe of Sariel if you didn't do the paralogue. That's really interesting that that paralogue actually affects the story significantly. Or at least somewhat. Anyway, I get the feeling Manuel is just going to straight up die to him, but I want to see if I can get a special boss conversation anyway. Okay, elephant in the room, or rather, giant demonic beast. That's all it's called. Kaiju in the room is what I was going to say. Well, you got a lot of strength and defense, but not much else. Okay, Death Blow and Armored Blow. Robust with powerful physical attacks. It also, yeah, no charisma as well. Well, that makes sense. So what's our objective here? Defeat the enemy commander. Okay, so... I'm guessing that, Oh, that's a turret. That's not like a long-range dark spell. So maybe then, yeah, you don't have to kill Caspar and Linhart if, yeah, if they were bosses here. Except, again, you know, they've been replaced by Hectolwyn and Gaspar. Fimbulverse, I didn't know that was in that game, and whoa, that's a lot of hit, that's a lot of critical. Yeah, so I don't think I've learned Ice Magic on any of my characters at this point, which is a bit weird. I mean, I have Resonant Ice on some battalions. But anyway, yeah, Annette needs to be here to support Mercedes. She obviously needs to be here. Manuela needs to be here. Flane definitely needs to be here. So 3 more. And I probably want Hilda, just because, you know. I kind of want to bring Caspar, because, well, we're not actually in his family's territory anymore. And also I would like to have Caspar prove his worth against his eternal rival, Gaspar. And then, I mean, Linhardt, granted, has no interest in fighting Hectolwyn at all. But, haven't actually used Sylvain for a little while. Though I haven't actually used Dedue for a while either. Huh. Dedue could be pretty useful in smashing through these beasts, but then again, Caspar pretty much fulfills the same niche. Okay, I actually have a fairly mage-heavy army, I just realized, which kind of makes sense because these things have horrendously bad resistance. Let me just see if I can swap around some battalions. Oh, Byleth has A authority now. Yeah, I got that off camera when I was doing the monastery. I don't want to get rid of the Goneril Valkyries, because they are Blilder's personal troops after all, I'm so sorry. But I can use the Blue Lion's Dancers now. And I should probably do that. I mean, they're going to lower his stats by quite a bit, but... Oh, wow, physical attack -5, magic attack -5. But that's a small price to pay. Basically gives you a Heron. So, yeah. Except I think it's only one use. One use Heron. But, hey, that's still pretty broken. Unfortunately, Hilda's lost access to a lot of good battalions after becoming a Wyvern Lord, but it's probably fine. May as well put another Stride on my team. Okay, I think we're all set. Let's go.